For this video review, we're going to take a look at a crossover action figure. So, mixing two worlds, Knight Rider and Transformers. This is going to be the 40th anniversary action figure. This is Autobot Agent Knight. Agent Knight stands around the 7.5 inch mark. So, just the top of the head. Okay, so this action figure comes with several accessories in packaging. So we have two weapons and the watch or the communicator set. Okay, so let's adjust the light first. So let's take a look at the details of each weapons platform. So pistol number 1, peg for the hands, rifle or weapon number 2, so that's the details, peg, and we have those connection points for porting on this side as weapon storage. Okay, so let's take a look at the communicator. So that's going to be the details, and it's going to plug on the left forearm of the figure. Okay, so just check for orientation as to how you're going to place it. Oops, okay, we placed it the wrong way. Okay, there you go. So that easy, plugs in place. Okay, so let's take a look at the details in robot form and also the articulation points. Okay, so details on the head unit, and as for articulation points, we have a wide reach for looking up, looking down, but he cannot see what's beyond that hood. So you have to bend the action figure over. So he won't be running over his humanoid companions. Okay, so articulation on the body, it's going to be rotation. That's a full 360. Okay, so we have a little bit of articulation on the waistline, and we have a nice blue contrast for the waistline and the legs, which breaks out the black outline of the action figure, the black and gray outline. Okay, so that's the details on the leg and on the back. And not only because of transformation, but that is the articulation point for the roofline of the in-vehicle form. So these two could rotate and hinge forwards and backwards. So you could display those doors as you wish. Okay, so moving towards the arms could do a full 360 turn. Of course, you have to move that out of the way, but just be careful because this is on a ball joint, and sometimes if you're going to stress it out, it's going to pop off. So we have rotation on the biceps, a single point of bend for the elbow that is beyond 90 degrees, and rotation for the hand sets. Okay, so in vehicle form, the headlights could also be flipped open and closed. So in transformation mode, I like it better that it's going to be open this way. because it provides contrast to that very wide black hood. But you could also put it down if you wish. Okay, for electronics, lights and sounds, so you have the light bar and you have the push button and you have the battery compartment, which houses 3 LR44 batteries. Okay, so let's move towards the leg. So the leg, we have rotation of the thigh, full kicks, full side kicks, full back kicks. This is how the bend on the knee looks like. And because of transformation, we have a little bit of hinge or rocker. And that's going to be the limit of the articulation for the foot. Okay, so yeah. Oops, okay. Yeah, I'm wrong. So I forgot that this is also on a hinge. So you have upward and downward movement for the foot. And we have toe articulation. Okay, so for comparison purpose, biggest possible. So you have a Masterpiece Optimus Prime and a RED Bumblebee. So this action figure somehow would scale in between. In bot form and vehicle form, where is going to be the affiliation insignia. So there you go. Oh, so small. Okay, there you go. So that's the only Autobot logo or insignia on this action figure. You can't find it anywhere. Okay, so let's transform this guy into its vehicle form. Okay, so let's start with the waistline. So we're going to detach upper and lower. So it's going to be these sections 1 and 2. So that's going to disengage. Just take hold of the hood and it's going to pop out in place. Okay, so raise the roof for clearance purpose this way. Next, we're going to raise those two sections which are on hinges, so to provide clearance, so in car form. Okay, now so let's check orientation. So we're going to rotate this section backwards. So let's check orientation once again, because these two sections are going to collapse in. So you're going to flip it over this way, and this is going to be the front of the vehicle. Okay, so let's hide that head unit. So rotate the head and store it into place. So it's going to store in that cubby hole that way. Okay, so unhinge this section, that which actually is going to fill this space. Okay, so that's going to be on a tab, and that's going to be the battery compartment. Okay, so let's put our lighting system on that section, so it's going to be visible. So two screw holes which are going to untab, and you're going to release that cover to reveal the batteries. Okay, so we already unhinged this section and we're ready to snap it into place. There you go. And form the hood. Okay, so just leave the vehicle form in this way. So let's start transforming these back sections. Okay, so you're just going to open the shins this way, and you're going to flip the toes inward. Go. And you're going to fold them this way, and this is going to fold inwards that way. Okay, and tab those pegs. So where's my pointer? 1, 2 to these two sections. 1 and 2. Okay, so once again, so that's the peg, and that's going to be the connection point. It's going to be the peg, and that's going to be the connection point. Okay, so we're ready to snap it into place to form the back of the vehicle unit, and just snap the foot together. So actually very easy transformation mode for this action figure, and you could cover that up. Okay, so we're already 50% done. Okay, so realign and snap the hood into place. Here we go. So just open those doors, and as you could see, it really didn't take so long to transform this figure. Okay, so the semi-complicated part is just going to be the sections, because these arms would easily fall off because of the ball joint, but it could easily be popped in. Okay, so just take note of the pegs 1 and 2. They're going to secure in those two sections. So as you fold the legs in, so just take hold of the whole assembly and guide it in, and start rotating the the forearm set. Okay, so take a hold of this wheel so it's not going to pop off the shoulder joint. Here you go, and check for orientation for the peg and the connection point, and you could snap it into place now. Okay, here you go. So one arm in. Okay, so let's just check the orientation of this. Okay, so we need to correct that. So here you go. Is it nicely aligned? Okay, so we got that nicely aligned. Okay, so once again, connect that onto that peg. Okay, there you go. So let's check orientation. Okay, so nice and clean. So already formed one section. Okay, so we're ready to move the other shoulder in. Okay, so let's check that it's going to align. So this section is going to form out well, so just push it in and start to rotate. So take hold of this, and there you go. Okay, so let's check this side once again, and let's align that in. Okay, so nice and flush. Okay, now we're just going to peg it in. Okay, here you go. So last two pieces is going to be the doors, which just easily would pop into place. There you go. So that easy. Okay, as for weapon storage, so it's going to store on the rear section of the vehicle form. So for the smaller firearm, it's going to peg in this section. So you have those pegs, and it's actually going to be the exhaust of the vehicle. Okay, here you go. So that adds additional detail or play detail. Now for the longer firearm or the rifle, so that is the peg, and that is the connection point. Okay, so barrel facing forward. Okay, and as you could see, there's enough clearance for the tires to roll. Okay, alright, so let's give kit a spin, just a quick spin, so you guys could take a look at the details in vehicle form. Okay, as for actual length in vehicle form, so let's bring in the tape measure. So just below the 7-inch mark, actually about 6.5. Okay, so details in vehicle form. So we have the front and the light bar, and I already showed you guys the headlight feature. So isometric view, profile, side profile, top profile, back profile. And let's once again check out the sound effects. So let's check out the sound and light effects. Okay, so let's take a hold of the vehicle so it won't rock back forwards. Okay.
Thank you, sir. I am the voice of Knight Industry 2000's microprocessor, KITT for easy reference. KIT if you prefer.
Okay.
Hold on, this could be a bit bumpy. Oh, you're sure this is the right way? Very well. Thank you, sir. I am the voice of Knight Industry 2000's microprocessor, KITT for easy reference. KIT if you prefer.
Okay, and if you don't touch that button, it's going to power off by itself. Okay, so let's wait that it's going to power off to save battery. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Doesn't seem to like to do it. Well, anyway, so that is going to be all of the features of this very fine action figure. So this is something that I got off from GameStop. So purchase price of, as a pro member, 47.49. If you're not okay, there you go, signing off. So if you're not a member of GameStop, it's going to be 49.99 plus taxes. So it's going to be around the just below the $60 mark. But is it going to be worth all your hard-earned money? Actually, yes. So if there were possibly even a additional figure, I'm going to purchase it. But it so happened there was only one. Okay, so we're going to transform this guy into its robot form. Okay, so let's clear the review table. Okay. So let's take hold of the figure. Let's take off the weapons first. There you go. So put them aside. And first thing that you're going to do is to unpeg the arms. Okay, so 1, 2, and once again take hold of these whole sections and bring them out. Okay, slowly, so the joints is not going to pop off. Okay, so we have this section disengaged too, and we're going to hold on to that joint as we move the arms out. Okay, that way. Okay, so we're going to just fix that this section later on, or you could even do already this for the meantime, just to provide clearance. Okay, so I did that pop off. Good. Next thing that we're going to do is to open the doors. So just take hold of one door and just snap it open that way. And just put your thumb on this section to facilitate in opening. Okay, as you put outward pressure. Okay, so finally we were able to pry this other section open. Okay, so let's check once again orientation. Okay, now disengage the roof. Okay, now we're going to move on to the legs first. So open the hatches. Forearm, shin hatches, I mean. Okay, so untab and move to extend those two sections, and untab or separate. There you go. Close the hatches, form the legs, and extend the toes. Okay, now let's check orientation. Front of the vehicle and legs. So we're going to rotate that way. Okay, so front and orientation is now right because you have the head. Okay, so now Could push this section inward and tab it into place. There you go. Take a hold of the head unit and take it out from its cavity or hiding place. Okay, and start to rotate it that way. Okay. Now this section is going to ride on that peg. So check out those hinges. So you're going to actually do that. Okay, so expose the head, and there you go. And this section is going to engage on that peg. So make sure that it's going to sit upright and peg into place. There you go. And situate the head properly. Oop. Okay. So let's do it once again. Okay, so it's pegged into place. Okay, now I'm going to rotate so that's not going to pop off. So take a hold of this section and rotate for proper alignment of the forearms. Take a hold of that section and rotate. Okay. Okay, so this okay, so once again we need to pop that back in. There you go. Okay, let's check orientation. Okay, we did it right. Okay, now just as you would prefer, whether how you're going to store this panel or the back panel, so you could even do that. Okay, so with regards to this back section, so this rotates and flaps, and you could move it around and position it as you please, even the roofline of the vehicle form. So anyway, so personally I would just like it this way, with the doors angled that way. Okay, and last item that we're going to take a look at is going to be the box, because this also provides a nostalgia feel to the action figure. So combining Knight Rider and Transformers. There you go. So just a quick tour of the box packaging, so including this image, which is very retro. Okay, and as for specs and a little bit of bio. Okay, so let's put the figure back in. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel, and see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.